Very often people have no problem telling me what their priorities are, but to the casual observer they are nothing more than barefaced liars. Now, they may not see themselves that way, they may have actually convinced themselves that they are their priorities, but priorities are not something you talk about. Priorities are not something that you write down. Priorities are only actually confirmed by what you do. And far too often we don't do the things that we need to do to meet our priorities. I always remember a few years ago chatting to a husband and wife team. It was a meeting about a year after the first time I'd met them, and the wife said to her husband, "You told me a year ago that your two small children were your priority." She said, "You were a liar. You still are a liar, because your actions say something completely different." Now, it's a small anecdote that encapsulates what I'm trying to talk about. As ordinary human beings, we find great comfort in believing ourselves to be busy. It doesn't matter what it is that's keeping us busy. It could be all manner of nonsense. It could be reading our emails dozens of times. It could be going to meetings where nothing ever happens. It could be wasting time in the office thinking about doing things rather than actually doing them. It could be doing a load of things that have nothing to do with our objectives in life. And I use that term quite deliberately because we all have objectives in life, many of them often unspoken or spoken in reverse, when we say, oh, we don't like our lives at the moment, or we don't like our work at the moment, or we don't like this, that or other about ourselves or our lot in life. That actually speaks volumes about what our priorities are. The problem is that when we say that to ourselves day in, week week out, month out, it means that we actually are happy and content to slob around, to sweel around, to wallow around in the mediocrity of not doing anything about our objectives. If you could stop for a moment and think about what your objectives might be for this month, for this year, what your big objectives are in terms of your big picture. Those big objectives need to translate into priorities, things you need to do, into things that you intend to do this year, this month, this week, today, now. Because if you don't start doing the things you need to do to get you to where you want to go in life now, when are you going to do it?